Hey guys, MCU Collector here with another figure review, and next up is the Hasbro G.I. Joe Classified Series Target Exclusive Special Missions Cobra Island. This is number 22 in the Classified Series line. This is the Cobra Viper. Yet again, another army building figure that is exclusive to Target, which does suck because I get it. These things are ridiculously difficult to get. You have to be on top of it, know when the stores are going to get it, be there an hour and a half early, however long early, line up out in the cold. But that's what it takes. That's the reality of things. It sucks, I get it, but that's, you know, that's how it goes. But we have the Cobra Viper. It looks like an amazing figure. I have no doubt in my mind once I take it out, it's going to be awesome. The Cobra Trooper that was also a Target exclusive in the Cobra Island Special Missions line is probably one of my favorite figures. I haven't done my top 10 for 2020 yet, but I know this figure will be very high on that list. Could even be number one. So I have a feeling this Viper is going to be another top-notch figure that I am very excited for. All kinds of accessories and things like that. He doesn't have the whole customizing effect where that one did, so when you army build it you can have multiple different variations. This guy doesn't have that as much, but he still does come with a lot of things, so I am excited. So Cobra Island packaging just like we had seen before. So looking at the artwork of the Cobra Viper there, looks amazing. Side artwork looks really nice. Also there's three pictured there. On the back of the package we get the Cobra Island look, and then we have all the different insignias for the Cobra Viper. So without further ado, let's get this thing open and take him out. Okay, so here is the Cobra Viper out of the package with his accessories. So he doesn't come as loaded as some of the other figures, but he definitely has some pretty good things. So let's take a closer look at each individual accessory, and then we'll take a closer look at the figure, go into articulation, and all that good stuff. So let's get to it right now. Okay, so for starters, he has a backpack. Now, this backpack is not something that he can use for storage of any of the accessories that he comes with, but it does look really cool. I like the fact that it can actually just stand up on its own, so you can kind of place it and it would be ready to go. He's got some rope there. It looks like some, you know, I don't know if those are going to be, you know, magazines or explosives or what that is. We get a Cobra logo there, and it's painted well enough, but I bet some of them may come out looking sloppy. If you have an opportunity to look at multiples, I mean, probably not, to be honest with you. I know a lot of stores are limiting them to one because there's so many people, or if there's nobody else there, then you end up getting a whole case, which several people have done if you look at Facebook and stuff. So really cool. We got some pouches and some straps there. Not a lot of color detail on any of those things, but the sculpt of it itself is really nice. We get this rifle here. And I believe I saw somebody post on Facebook somewhere that there is a matching Nerf gun to this. People seem to hate that. I don't see what the big deal is. Yes, it's not super realistic looking. However, I do think some of these can look pretty cool. Like this one, I think it does look good. But, you know, you guys let me know down in the comments below. But I don't care that it looks like a Nerf gun. I heard some people say that the magazine was missing on theirs. So, yes, it is removable. At first glance, you wouldn't think it would be, but it can be removed like so. So that is pretty cool. We also get this hand pistol here. Nothing special to it. I know it doesn't look super realistic either, but I don't mind it. I think it looks pretty good. We get these goggles here that are just done in a black rubber-like material. There is no paint detail on it whatsoever, but it is sculpted nicely. And then we get this handkerchief scarf that will go around his neck. You don't need to pop the head off because you can kind of separate it and then put it onto him, which we will do here shortly. So now let's take a closer look at the Cobra Viper figure. Okay, so here is the close-up look at the Cobra Viper, and damn it, he is awesome. He is a really good looking figure. I really like the blue and the red and the black and how it all looks and comes together. The silver for the visor there on the helmet looks pretty good. I just really like the way this thing came out looking. Now, I know that there could be some with some sloppy paint apps, but fortunately for me, I don't really see a whole lot of issues, thankfully, but I'm sure there might be some out there with some questionable QC, so be aware of that. So we get some skin tone showing there for the neck, and we get the sculpted vest look, and there's all kinds of things going on in here. Some straps, so there's some storage for magazines and things like that. I guess those are grenades, I would say. Those are the same as there on his backpack. I'm not sure if those are there just extra ammo or what that might be. You guys let me know down in the comments below, any of you weapons experts. There we get some pouches. Mine, the Cobra emblem there on the bottom of the vest came out looking good. There on his chest is good. All looks good on mine. Into the rest of the figure. Now on the legs, unfortunately, the pouches, they didn't put any kind of paint detail onto them, but I'm okay with that. They came out looking pretty good. We do get a holster there on his right leg for the pistol, and that does holster in. So that is the only storage for his 2 weapons that he comes with. So you can place everything onto the figure except for the rifle, but then of course you can just hold it. Not that big of a deal. We got the knee pads and then the kick pads of the boots there. That all looks pretty good. Now from what I can tell, this is a new sculpted figure. I'll have to double check on the arms. These might be reused from Duke, but under this vest, you can see the collar there. I actually did see a picture of the vest removed. It is not removable. You would have to cut it off, but under there, I believe, is a Duke torso with that collared shirt. Then, of course, he's got the peg hole in the back, so you can peg in the backpack, and that goes on like so. And then the scarf piece, you can just kind of separate that piece and then just kind of work it on to the figure around the neck. So you have your different options. We have the goggles, and you can place the goggles. Now, I've seen 2 reviews on this guy already. You kind of probably want to go with the grooves of the helmet. JC and Toy Bro, and both of them had issues with these goggles, getting them to stay on the head because it is too tight. And I am experiencing the same thing as well. So naturally, of course, it's going to be something with everyone. It's kind of on there, but it wants to slip out, and I feel like it's going to fly right off. But I guess it can just sit there. You really have to force it to get it to stay. Otherwise, it'll just fall off. But now it looks like I'm lying. That's weird. It feels like it's going to fall off, but it's on there, I guess, well enough that it's not going to fall. But it's just a weird concept because he's got a visor. What the hell does he need goggles for, right? So you really wouldn't get them over into the visor anyway, but damn, what a good looking figure. So let's zoom out for the articulation. Okay, so the Cobra Viper's articulation. He can look down all the way, which is great. He can look up somewhat, so he is on a ball hinge for the neck, and then the neck itself has its own articulation, so you can kind of get that circular motion there, and you can kind of pivot to the side along with the neck, so that is pretty good. And then, of course, full rotation. The arms, you can get the arms to go out that far. Full rotation, of course, upper bicep swivel. You got a double jointed elbow, which gives you that much bend there. Wrists swivel, and they do hinge. So his left, he has a vertical hinge, not the horizontal hinge, so like the roll of the dice motion. And then his right, he has the horizontal standard hinge. Why they're different, I'm not sure. Butterfly joints, so you can get the arm to go back a little bit and then come forward just a tad, not as much as going back, but it is there. Now he has the vest, so it's greatly going to hinder the articulation for the torso, but just know that there is an ab crunch in there, and there is the ball, the waist ball joint, so he can pivot to the sides a little bit. He can go back a little bit. He can come forward a little bit, but because of the vest, you're not going to get as much motion in there. But you can get a twist, of course, at that waist ball joint. Legs go out that far apart. They do have the drop down feature, so if you drop them down, you can do the full entire split there. You can kick forward that high on the drop down. You can get it to go out even when not drop down. You can still get it to go forward pretty high. You have an upper thigh cut there. You get a double jointed knee like so. There is a boot swivel at the top of the boot. You get a foot that hinges all the way down. Hinges not really up because it's going to hit that kick pad there. Ankle pivot, peg holes at the bottom of the feet. Standard articulation, but just like the Cobra Trooper, just like Roadblock, just like Firefly, and Beachhead, that vest gets in the way and you can't use the full articulation. But damn it, it's a good looking figure, isn't it? Now let's see some other cool things about this figure. So some of the cool customizing things, you know, you can have one with goggles, one without goggles. If you're going to army build, you could do the handkerchief or not. But one of the other things, and you'll kind of notice that, but there's a little bit of skin tone showing on that forearm. And the reason is because if you pop the hands out and then pull on the forearm pad, you gotta kind of work it a little bit. If you heat it up, I'm sure it'll be much easier to come off, but I had it off already, so you can actually, you see that they actually painted it, the skin tone, so he's got the short sleeve on there, so you can pop the hand right back on, and that can give you an alternate look for your Cobra Vipers. And I believe some of the older 3 3/4 inch Cobra Vipers actually had that to where their forearm was actually exposed. But I will warn you, it is not the best skin tone paint, because you could see a lot of the blue of the plastic bleeding through that skin tone. So it's not applied the best. Another coat of paint would have definitely gone better, but you know, light paint over a dark plastic does require more, but you can do that. Now, the other tricky thing is on the left arm, he actually has a watch on his wrist. So I think that's because it is the same as Duke. So because of that, it's not going to be as easy of a time pulling this pad off, so that's not something that I'm going to do, but just know that you can remove that to actually have this forearm exposed portion, so you can have some variations with your Cobra Vipers. Okay, so here is the Cobra Viper next to a couple of Cobra Troopers, and they just look awesome together, don't they? Ah, I love it. Now let's see some more side-by-sides. Okay, so it's just kind of the relaxed side-by-side. You can see that the Cobra Viper is actually a little bit taller than the Cobra Troopers. Okay, and here we have Cobra Commander actually mixed in there with the Cobra Trooper and the Cobra Viper. The blues all match, so it does look really good. The Regal variant is going to look a little off. Snake Supreme won't really look right either, but these three versions, they all look incredible next to each other. So I know a lot of you guys are going to have some amazing displays when you have your Cobra Commander, you have your Cobra Vipers, you have your Cobra Troopers, you have your Cobra Infantry when they come out. So I can't wait to see all of those. Okay, so my final thoughts on the Cobra Viper figure. I am very pleased with it. I think it came out great. But yes, all the trouble that it's going to be to get some of these into army build is definitely going to be difficult. Luckily for me, I'm good with my one, unless they do some stupid variation shit like they did with the Cobra Trooper having blue collar, black collar. I'm hoping none of that goes down with these figures. If they do, then I will try and get a second one. But as of right now, I am happy with my one Cobra Viper. I'm very pleased with it. Cobra Trooper, to me, is still a better figure, but this one is still a solid addition to the G.I. Joe Classified Series line. You guys let me know down in the comments below what you think of this figure. Have you gotten one, or have you given up on the line completely? Let me know in the comments below. If you guys like this video, please hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you haven't already done so. And as always, thank you for watching.